How's everyone doing out there? I want to share with you some holistic, life-saving health information that's going to help you optimize your immune system and hopefully keep you out of the hospital. Due to its highly contagious and infectious nature, at some point we all are going to come in contact with the coronavirus. What do we do? Let's get back to basics. On our Circulation Beauty page, we have talked about perfect circulation equals perfect health. It is a constant cycle of nutrients in and toxins out, and that's what we want. And this is the foundation of good health and what we need to do to fight disease. So what they've been saying is that 80% of the people who get COVID-19 will get better, but 20% get worse and need hospitalization. And of the 20%, some people may not make it. How do we ensure that we will overcome COVID-19 if we get it? That is what this video is all about. The coronavirus has 3 phases. Phase 1, there's no infection, and that's what we're all trying to achieve by socially isolating ourselves, maintaining social distancing, wearing a mask, etc. Then there's phase 2. Somehow we've gotten this virus and we're now infected, exhibiting flu-like symptoms. We're coughing, we're sneezing, we have body aches and a low-grade temperature, etc. Then there's phase 3. This infection has progressed and is severe, and we now require hospitalization. Symptoms are shortness of breath, high temperature of 101 degrees or greater, and you may also have difficulty breathing. You may end up in the ICU or be put on a ventilator, or worse yet, this may lead to death. We want to avoid that at all costs. Phase 1 and Phase 2 is when we want to rev up our immune system and get it going to fight this virus vigorously and consistently. We never want to get to Phase 3. So there are 8 principles of health which we've talked about on our Circulation Beauty page, and this prevents disease. These 8 principles are time-tested and true principles that have existed over 100 years and probably longer. This will help us prevent disease and beat COVID-19. So let's go over them. Let's start with nutrition. Do you know we can suppress our immune system by eating the wrong foods, or we can optimize our immune system by eating the right foods and giving the body what it needs to beat disease? Do you know excessive sugar can depress our natural killer cells? And that's an example of a wrong food or a wrong ingredient. Have you been snacking on a lot of sweets during this coronavirus lockdown? No judgment, I get it. I know this is a stressful time, but sugar depresses our immune system. To optimize our immune system, what I recommend is to buy organic fruits and vegetables. It matters and it's going to make a difference. Organic fruits and vegetables will have a greater concentration of the natural immune boosting properties that can fight this disease. You want to eat foods that contains vitamins A, B, C, D, E, etc. Minerals like zinc, copper, manganese. Foods that contain nitric oxide like beets, cruciferous vegetables, celery. You want to also use garlic that has special antiviral properties, onions which contain similar antiviral properties, ginger and turmeric, etc. that have immune boosting nutrients that can also decrease inflammation in the body. These foods and vitamins can give the body what it needs to stimulate white blood cell production when the body is in trouble, like the cytokine storm that you hear about with COVID-19 patients, and this will eventually lead to acute respiratory distress syndrome. Zinc is an immune modulator and an important link that can stop the virus from replicating. Same with vitamin D. It can stop the destructive force of the virus. Nitric oxide also can slow down the effects of the coronavirus. I have a recipe of an antiviral tonic that contains a lot of these ingredients, and I'm going to share that with you. Remember, food is medicine and it supplies our body with the nutrient information it needs to fight disease. But that's just one principle. There's 7 other principles needed to obtain good health and to beat disease. Our next principle is exercise. Exercise boosts your immune system within minutes. It could be as simple as walking. Try to find time to go for a walk each day, especially early in the morning when the air is nice and fresh. Or ride your bicycle or go running, and remember to maintain social distancing when you're outdoors. Even gardening is a great form of exercising. Choose an exercise that suits you in your location and get moving. Water is our next health principle. It's important to stay hydrated for good health. Drinking some water every 15 minutes or so will do this. You want to drink half of our body weight in ounces. So if you're 120 pounds, you want to drink about 60 fluid ounces by the end of each day. Gargling with salt water also cuts down the risk of catching a cold and relieves soreness in your throat. Drink plenty of hot organic teas that contain immune-boosting herbs like eucalyptus leaf, licorice roots, slippery elm bark, and add some golden seal powder and fresh ginger, just to name a few things. Let's talk about some external uses of water. After you've cleansed your body, do a therapeutic stimulation shower of hot and cold, and it's called hot and cold contrast shower. 3 minutes hot, 60 seconds cold, and do this in 3 cycles, and it should take roughly about 15 minutes. This will increase your white blood cell count and improve circulation in the blood and assist your lymphatic system, and the lymphatic system is the drainage system of the body. Also, daily steam inhalation has been proven to fight this coronavirus and give relief from congestion and decrease the effects of the virus. Frequent hand washing with soap and water for 20 seconds also helps prevent the spread of germs and the spread of the coronavirus. Another recommendation is hydrothermal therapy, and that's hydrothermal therapy to the chest. And this has been proven to decrease congestion in the chest and also prevent pneumonia. I'm going to go into it in greater detail in another video, so stay tuned. Sunlight is our next health principle. Sunlight is mood boosting and energy producing. It is also antimicrobial. There's evidence also that it can kill the flu virus. Sunlight on the skin produces vitamin D, which we know is a powerful hormone that is an immune modulator that boosts our immune system and is critical to a lot of functions in our body. Vitamin D is especially important in fighting respiratory diseases by increasing antimicrobial peptides and white blood cells in the lung when disease is present. Approximately 70% of vitamin D comes from the sun, and the rest comes from foods like fatty fish, eggs, etc., and cereals and milk fortified with vitamin D. You can also get it as a supplement as vitamin D3, but one of the best sources is from the sun. Make sure you check your vitamin D levels when you have a complete blood count test done. Our next principle is temperance. Practice being moderate in all things and don't overdo a good thing. For example, if someone is saying there is one magic nutrient or one magic product to fight the coronavirus, be aware. Health is a system of good habits, and I'm going to say that again. And remember this for any disease process that you are fighting. Health is a system of good habits. Be moderate in your choices and stay away from bad habits that will suppress your immune system, like smoking and drinking alcohol. Air is another health principle. Go outside and take deep breaths. Fill your lungs with oxygen and exhale the toxins. Breathe in the fresh air produced by trees. Research has shown outdoor air is a natural disinfectant for the body, and you want to do deep breathing exercises for about 10 seconds and keep repeating it. Fresh air can invigorate your immune system. Germs circulate inside buildings, so on days when you can't get outside, be sure to refresh the air by opening the windows and breathe deeply. Our next health principle is rest. So a lack of sleep decreases the number of natural killer cells. Getting a good night's rest boosts your immune system by enhancing the T cells in the body, which destroys cells infected by bacteria or viruses. Sleep renews and heals worn-down body systems. At nighttime is when the cleanup crew of the body comes out, and sleep is a natural aid that boosts melatonin production, and this enhances our immune response. In addition, it's recommended that we get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Studies have shown that we get our best sleep before midnight, so make sure you don't snack on anything before you go to bed. Your last meal should be about 4 to 5 hours before bedtime. It'll be difficult for the body to go into repair mode if it has to concentrate on digestion. So when you're sick, you especially need your body to be able to heal itself while you sleep. If you're fighting the coronavirus, you may need up to 9 hours of sleep. Also, when you sleep, favor your stomach. The majority of your lungs is towards your back. Sleeping on your back may lead to lung complications if you're fighting those severe coronavirus symptoms that we talked about in phase 3. Lastly, our last health principle is trust in divine power. These are stressful times, but when we believe that there is a greater power that is in control of all of this, we will have peace in spite of the uncertainties. Trusting and having faith gives you spiritual and mental peace. Science is now studying its effect on physical healing and disease. Cortisol levels are lowered, and there's an increase in white blood cell production. Studies have also shown that praying has positive physiological effects on the body. Remember, God is in control. In fighting the coronavirus, keenly monitor your symptoms, check your temperature often, and get a pulse oximeter. The pulse oximeter measures the oxygen saturation in your blood. It determines how well you're breathing and how much oxygen is getting in your lungs. You want readings of 95% saturation or higher. Contact your doctor if your symptoms get worse. We are fighting this deadly virus, and we are all in this together. Please share this life-saving information with as many people as you can, and review this video again and again so that you can be able to utilize each principle to maintain health and well-being. Stay tuned for more hydrotherapy videos and more health videos regarding the coronavirus and what we can do to stay healthy during these difficult times. God bless you all. Take care.